powerhouses, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's Desidea here. We are back and we are back for good this time. Remember, I just went mute, slacking, probably looking for me, but yeah, I'm back and we are back with another video. And you know, on this channel we're all about personal development, your own growth, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, just discovering yourself. So today we're going to talk about one of the aspects. Remember, I am your example, I'm the example in this whole channel, how it's going for me, what I do to make myself better, because I feel like I'm mentally in a very better stage where I'm content with where I am, what I have, and what I need to do going forward. I'm not saying I've arrived to where I want to be, but to be where I want to be, there are certain things that I need to do to get myself there. So I'm just like, no, I'm gonna be on a personal development journey, and why not take you powerhouses along with me? Because when you're a powerhouse, you are there for yourself and you just want to grow. With that said, welcome back, and for the new subscribers or the new viewers, please do subscribe to the channel. We are trying to grow the community. We are on our way to 1,000k subscribers, so I highly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to comment, like, and share. Please do comment, because that's where we get to engage. I want to learn from you, you want to learn from me, and then together we learn and grow. Now, on today's topic, we're talking about journaling. Something you see people doing it, and some people wonder, why are they journaling? Why is she just writing down my thoughts, or just writing? Why do I need to write? Isn't somebody gonna read my journal? People just have so many, not like insecurities, but like so many things that discourage them not to journal. But today we're here to talk about why you should journal, why it's important, and it's just one of those things that you need on a daily. Journaling to me is like praying. You can't go a day without prayer. You can't go 3-4 days without journaling. You need to journal so much, and I'll tell you why. But first, let's define journaling. What is journaling? Journaling is basically just taking a paper or a book. If you're a digital person like that, tech savvy, you can do it on your phone. You start typing, or you start writing, and you can write about anything that you want to write about. You are not conformed to a certain way of writing. There are no rules to journaling. Everybody, the more you do it, the more you realize what works for you and what doesn't work for you. But it's just a matter of writing down your feelings, your thoughts in that particular moment. And it's that journaling is a best friend that you just need. You can't tell your best friend anything. You can't share anything. Even now, people are adults. They're busy. You can't just pick up your phone and start calling. But your journal is always there. I look at my journal and I'm like, girl, come here. Now, I like journaling at home because I realize that when I carry it along, it starts to damage. And then I'm only forced to journal at home. But then something happens like in my day-to-day or even at work, and I'm just like, where is my journal? I want to write this down before I forget. But one tool that I use is I always just write down the point that I want to journal about, so that by the time I get home, I journal. Now, why is journaling important? Again, I'll say it's that best friend that you just need, that girl that you just want to talk to, that person or that one thing in your life that doesn't judge you for being who you are, and you're just free to write about anything. That's why it's very important. It's good for your mental health. It helps you focus. It also helps you be more organized. Journaling brings things to your attention you didn't know until you actually wrote them down. Remember your thoughts. You think when you think, you are utilizing your brain or whatever, but there are so many thoughts that go on in your head to the point where you just forget. You had it in at the back of your mind, but now when you write it down, you bring life to this thing. It's like you're holding yourself accountable. If you journal about something, and maybe even your goals, and you journal about them, and then you realize that, hey, it's that constant reminder, because you've written it down. It's constant in your mind that I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, and it comes naturally. You don't even have to remind yourself. The fact that you had brought out ideas on that particular topic, it naturally comes out. So it's good for your mental health. It's good to hold you accountable, helps you be organized, and all that stuff. Now, the other question is, okay, how do I journal? Honestly, I'll just tell you, start where you are with what you have. You'll be like, where do I start journaling? Do I now write in my phone? Do I buy a book? How do I do it? And what do I write about? I'm gonna share with you ways on how to journal. But then also these are tips that I need to give you so that you just, when you start journaling, you actually have an idea and then you can play around it, how you want to go about it. But first, how do you journal? If you're a beginner, it's gonna be very difficult at first because you're wondering, what am I doing? So it's always best to start with prompts, like journaling prompts, where it says, write about the beautiful thing on your body, write a letter to yourself, write about why you want to visit the Maldives or what's your favorite destination, write about anything. It just gives you guidance on what to write about. So today you write, then once you're done, you go on to the next one, and before you know it, you don't even need those prompts anymore. There's just so much you want to talk about. I remember how I actually started journaling. I read it on a friend's status and I'm like, everybody has been talking about journaling. I've been on this journey for the longest time and I'm like, everybody has been talking about journaling, let me give it a try. So then she put out prompts on her WhatsApp status. Then I'm like, I should give this a try. And I was sitting there, I didn't have a book, I didn't have anything, and I was like, I'm doing this. What do I have? I have a pen, I have paper. And then I started doing it. And this is where I first started journaling. These are the papers. I even put them together because, wow, this is where I started off. I would write every day, and this was every day I would write. This was 2021. These papers are from 2021. So after I saw those prompts, I started journaling on the papers and just writing, and I'll try and make it look colorful so that I want to read it again. Please don't read. Yeah, that I want to read it again, you understand? So, and then when this was done, I was like, no, I definitely have to get a book. I definitely have to get something to start journaling in. And then when I actually finished the challenge, I think it was there were 30 points, and I finished them, and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do now? But then at that time, I already started writing out of the blue, and then I was like, no, I need to get myself a book. But then I didn't have the enough finances. Then I went into Checkers and I bought myself a back to school. Back to school. So then I bought myself this book, and this is where I started journaling. If you see, it's full. It's full. And then from there I was like, no, I need something cute. The aesthetics needs to be pleasing. And then I came across this, and then I bought this. So now this is my baby. This is the current baby we're dealing with. She's not yet full. She's not yet full, but she's halfway there. You know, yeah. See, but yeah, this is what we are, where we are at, and it's very beautiful. So now I told you can write about the prompts. If you are really starting out and you want to take it serious, just Google any prompts. But the beautiful thing is I've got prompts for you guys where you can start off. It's a 25-day challenge. It's a September challenge. If you're interested, start now. What are you waiting for? I have those challenges for you. I'll drop them down. I'll drop the link in the description, and then you can just download it from there. And then voila, you're good to go. You can start with what you have. If you have money like that, I would advise you to get a beautiful looking journal where you can just, because it invites you to start writing. And then also the other one is write about anything. Write about your day, write about what comes to your mind. Just write about anything. That's another one. And then the other one is also maybe your goals. You just want to list stuff, like sort of a to-do list, but not really a to-do list, something that you hold yourself accountable to. You can also use that for writing. So there's no memo. You can write about simply anything, but the starting point is you can get the prompts, challenge yourself. By the time you're done, or even halfway there, you know what to start journaling about, and you're just like, I need to do it. It's that one addictive thing. The ones who are on it, and you'll thank yourself because wow. I sometimes just sit and then I read like where I was, like in 2021, I read what I journaled about, and I'm like, is this what I was at? Is this how I was feeling? And this is now how I'm feeling. You'll even see that you journal about things. Let's say, for example, I'm journaling about my relationship, for example. What it was 2021 is not what it was in 2022. You understand? So then you see that, oh, there's growth here, or even career, for example, there's growth here. This is where I wanted to be, because you poured your heart at that moment, and then you realize, oh, this is where I was, and then I wrote about wanting to be here. When you come, you still write, and you're like, this is where I'm at now. And it even gets more beautiful when you continue writing, and when you come look back, wow. Because I always see that, especially towards the end of the year, and then I read about what I've journaled throughout the year, and then I just check the progress, and I smile. Now, like, even sometimes you veil, and you're like, is that how I felt that time? Wow, okay. It's just a beautiful thing to see. So do it, try it, and thank yourself for that, because I know you'll get hooked. And once you do that, it eases your mind. It brings peace to you. It's therapy. Journaling is just therapy on its own. Now, we've spoken about what to journal about, why you need to journal, but then my why you need to journal is not even close to how it actually feels. It's just a matter of jumping on it, starting, challenge yourself to just start, and there you go. I journal every day in the morning, early in the morning, because it helps me focus. Remember, I'm a 5 a.m. club member. After that book, my life was never the same. So when I wake up, the 20 minutes I allocate to just journaling. Now I need to set the tone for the room. Then I play like meditation music, and then because there's so much that happens, and then I write down my points, what I want to journal about. Maybe I'll just look at, I want to journal about this, and ideas will just start flowing naturally. You don't even know where it comes from. I try to write up 1 page. Sometimes you see that I go even to 3 pages, and I'm just like, wow. But my challenge is always at least try 1 page. Let the ideas flow. Think on the matter. How do you really feel? But when the ideas just come naturally, you don't even need to pressure yourself to go into that 1 page, because you're gonna exceed that 1 page. That's just how it is. And then, I set the tone. I put on my meditation music or jazz. Sometimes, if I meditate, because I also like try and meditate in bed 5 a.m. So if I meditate with meditation music, then I'll journal on like jazz, like just smooth cafe vibes, and then I just journal, and then there's a tone for it. Some people go as far as even getting a candle, maybe like a scented one, setting up the tone, and just it enlightens you, and it really helps. But you can journal from anywhere you're comfortable. If you're comfortable, some people can study like just at anyway. They just start reading, they just start studying. It's the same with journaling. You can be in a group of people, and you just, let's say in a restaurant where it's packed, and you're on your own, you can just take out your book and start writing. It really works. And I also want to start doing that now, like explore small coffee shops. Maybe on a early Saturday morning, I just go get a glass of wine. That's true. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna buy coffee. I will buy a glass of wine. And then I write, and then once I'm done, I can just go back home. We're looking at what, 50, 60, maybe $100, and it's trying to grab breakfast like that. But it's just a matter of being disciplined. So that's what I want to do. So set the tone, be in the mood, look at what to write about, look around you. What are you grateful for? What do you want to work on? All those are ideas, but the prompts that I'll share with you are a guide to helping you write. With that said, powerhouses, I'll say this in the middle of the video. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. But how do you get where you want to be without fully knowing yourself? And journaling is one way that helps with discovering yourself, what you like, what works for you, and it's just so beautiful. So again, I'll say, do start journaling, try the challenge, write about anything, get that book, get those papers, and you will be proud of yourself. So get on it, hop onto the journaling train, and until next time, I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope you're gonna take something out of it so that you can just start doing it and be the better being that you feel like you are. Because I feel like with journaling, when knowing yourself, it's more of anything outside doesn't affect you, because you know how you feel about a certain situation. You've already written about it. You've already expressed yourself on that particular situation, so it doesn't trigger you like that anymore. You learn how to deal with certain situations. You become emotionally intelligent or emotionally wise to know that, okay, this I'm not gonna spend my energy on this. This I've already dealt with. Oh yes, when an opportunity presents itself and you have written about it, you're like, this is what I wanted to do. And then because you know it's at the back of your mind, you're like, jumping on it. Why not journal? Just take out 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever time you have, whatever you're comfortable with. Start small, start with a half a page, then you go to a page, you see that you're writing 3 pages, just write about anything and thank yourself later for that, because once you go into journaling, there's no going back, and it's just a lot of growth. I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys learned something from the video. I can't wait to have more, and if you want to grow yourself, you definitely need to do what I told you to do. Until next time, and bye, powerhouses.